Hey everybody, it's Dave here. I'm hiking along. There's Lake Accotink, or the upper filled-in area of the lake. We're just to the northwest of Lake Accotink here in Springfield, Virginia. This is looking west, and this is looking east. This is a trail that goes around Lake Accotink, and I'm heading now east. And one thing you want to notice about this trail is how wide it is and how flat it is. And that is suspicious. You wonder about a trail like that. It's not going up and down and curving around. It almost looks like a road, doesn't it? It almost looks like you could drive a car down this thing, okay? And of course, if you do a little research, you find out this was an old railroad bed. Yes? This was an old railroad bed back in the Civil War times. This was called the Orange and Alexandria Railroad. And it ran right through here, this old railroad bed. And when you go up here another mile or so, when you get up to near Lake Accotink, you come close to, this actually kind of merges with the current rail line, which is up here further, which is the Norfolk Southern, or the old Southern Railways line, which is still in existence and operation today. That's the main Amtrak line that runs from Washington 2 points southwest. And you see trains run on that all the time. The VRE, Virginia Railway Express, runs on that. The line goes through Burke, all the way through Fairfax Station, down to Manassas and beyond. And the other way, of course, into Alexandria and then up into Washington Union Station. But this old railway line must have somehow merged in with that, or followed parallel to it or something. Now you can see here, this was probably a bridge of some sort over this little stream area. There was probably some sort of a wooden bridge in here, because the rail line would not have dipped like that. That would have you don't want to have like sudden dips like that in a rail line. A road, you could do your regular car road, that would work, a hiking trail, but not a rail line. You want a rail line to be fairly level. Anyway, so this was originally a rail line, and it's interesting to see when you do some hiking, to think what was here before. You know, there was something here. This land was being used for something else before suburbia invaded it. Lake Accotink, which is over here, you can't see it because of the trees. That was built as a reservoir for Fort Belvoir way back, and that's been around for a long time too. There's old Civil War tunnels over there. But now it's just a county park. This is all county park, Fairfax County Park. And it's a big hiking area. It's beautiful. This is May of 2018. All the greenery now has all obstructed the views. If you would come down here a month or two earlier, you could see down to the lake. But anyway, we're walking east on the old railroad bed as the battery of my camera is dying. Great hike though, a beautiful hike. If you want something that's long and, you know, not too up and down and not too windy, this is a great hike. But just Wikipedia search that, Orange and Alexandria Railroad. You know, that's looking west again. We're looking east here. All of a sudden, the path starts to take some turns and twists and ups and downs, and it's almost like that somehow the rail line went somewhere else. It might have gone up over the hill there, I don't know. But you notice that the trail is now taking a different feel to it. Ups and downs and turns and twists, and it feels less and less like a rail line. There's also some sort of a berm over here to the right, and I'm almost wondering if the rail line didn't somehow pop up and go up that way. There's a berm here. It's a little hard to see through all the woods there, but something's up. But this rail line here, when you start to look at the trail as it goes eastward toward Lake Accotink Park, it changes condition and doesn't feel so much like a rail line anymore. And there's an old marker, Accotink Trail. Again, we're now noticing this trail becoming much more zigzaggy and up and down, and a kind of a berm over there, and then the rail line's over there. So somehow that rail line probably curved off to the south here and linked up with the current rail bed for Norfolk Southern that is currently in existence today. I don't know, you know, just guessing, but it's kind of fun to hike back in here and imagine what once was. You can now see the lake coming through. We're getting closer and closer to it with a little carousel and all that stuff just down the hill here. Beautiful park, great hiking, Springfield, Virginia. You can see it on this map really well. Orange and Alexandria Historic Railroad Bed. That's where we were hiking coming this way, and now we are right there. So I imagine this railroad bed kind of went whoop and merged with the Norfolk Southern, which is currently in existence there, and it somehow went whoop like that. Okay, that's what I think, because this part of the trail here is very windy and up and downy and doesn't look like a railroad bed. So, but this chunk down here, yeah, that's very evident of an old railroad bed that probably somehow merged in here and used this old trestle, which is still around. Very pretty area. So now we're approaching the Norfolk Southern line, the old Southern Railway, and that rail line probably cut up through this woods here and then merged down here with the rail line, which is underneath this pedestrian bridge. Okay, so there's the existing rail line as it is today. So that other line must have merged in with that, and then it goes down there over the lake, little creek, the Pohick Creek that runs through, or one of the creeks, it's not Pohick, I forget. The little creek there that goes right by Lake Accotink Creek or something. Anyway, it's just down there. Oh yeah. Anyway, that train there you just saw is the current rail line that goes all the way down to Washington. That train probably would have been down in Alexandria 5 minutes later, and then DC, you know, within half hour. So anyway, interesting to go through these woods and see what was once here. Camo Pants Hiker Dave, over and out.